Hello, friends of the Latino Chamber of Commerce. My name is Carla Colin. I'm the president of the chamber, and today we are here with our friend Karina Jensen from Boulder County. She's going to talk to us about a very important topic. It is how to have contracts as a small business owner with with Boulder County and maybe even Denver County. So we are going to talk a little bit about these, but I'm going to let Karina introduce herself. Karina, welcome and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Carla. We are very grateful for the opportunity to reach so many members of the Latino Chamber today and to respond to all the questions. We know that we have 10 minutes for this video, but if anyone has other specific questions, you can reach out. My name is Karina Jensen, as you mentioned. I am the procurement engagement and outreach specialist and for the procurement office of Boulder County. And I'm happy to be here to respond all the questions.
Thank you so much, Karina. And just so you know, as always, we are going to have in the description of this video, we're going to have Karina's contact information and links to websites that she's going to provide us with. So don't worry about taking notes. Listen, pay attention to this video, to this interview, and you'll be able to access all the information on the description. So, Karina, let's get to it. What are the benefits of contracting with Boulder County?
I think one of the biggest benefits is the stability that provides having a contract with the government because you know you're going to have payments in specific times and you're able to plan, and to have a cash flow and specific moments. So I think that's one of the first ones. I think the second one is the diversity of projects opportunities with Boulder County. We contract many goods and services. So we can find contracts, for construction, technology, professional services, and all kind of purchases. So it's very, very diverse. I think the other aspect is the community impact because you know that having a contract with us will benefit the community. It will be always intended to improve, the lives of the county and in the state. So I think it is important to also contribute to that impact in the community, and that links to the last one, which is the credibility that provides, having a contract with the government, because you know that having a contract with us is because you have gone through all the process and meet all the requirements, which are not minimum, but you know that you can have access to a variety of projects where can provide more visibility also with other clients. So I think it provides a lot of benefits, and once you have one contract, you are more likely to have other contracts in the future with us.
I love that, Karina. And I love that telling clients, even in the private sector, that you've already contracted with a government entity will give you the credibility for them to trust you and trust your business and do business in the private sector as well. So I really like that point that you were touching on. So what are the key steps a business must follow to participate in Boulder County contracting opportunities?
The first step is to create an account with us in our procurement system. We have a procurement system called Bonfire Una, and you create the profile of your company. When you create that profile, you need to add all the commodity codes, industry codes that matches the services that you provide or the goods that you provide. So that's the first step because it will give you access to all the opportunities that we post and we publish in that system. And also, you are immediately in a directory that we use to invite many companies to our networking events or to get an invitation to present a quote or a proposal or to submit a bid. So it's very important to be in our system. It is free. It will take you around 15 minutes. It is case sensitive, so it is important to go through all the questions, but you will be able to create a profile and have access to that information. That's the first step. I think the second one is just to keep an eye on all of those opportunities that are being posted there. Sometimes you are invited, as I mentioned, because of the commodity code, and in other opportunities you might not be invited because of it didn't match. But if you keep an eye and you see those opportunities, you might realize, yes, I can do this, and I can submit a quote with someone else in a joint venture with another company. And so keep an eye on those opportunities. And the other one is to read very careful all the requirements that we post in those RFQ or RFPs. And take a look not only to the pricing factor, but also to all the technical requirements that we post, all the must, should, where you find those type of those words. It is important to pay attention because that's something that we are looking forward to see in a proposal. I think the other one is to submit either a quote or a proposal or bid on time, because it is also time sensitive. There is a specific date and a specific time to submit all of these type of procurement, documents. And once the time is passed, there is no way that you can submit it. So it is very important to take that time to do it, to prepare the documents before in advance. So in a couple hours also in advance. I would recommend days, but sometimes it is difficult. So even take a couple 4 hours in advance, before the due date and the time, and submit it, because there is always problems with the internet or even with the system, and you don't want to be missing out of these opportunities once you have already worked on a proposal. So take your time and be ready to submit it through the system, or when you are invited also by email address.
Definitely. I really like that advice. And yeah, we need to be prepared to make sure that we are entering on time and not missing those opportunities. So, Karina, tell us a little bit about the policy for minority and women-owned businesses Boulder County is implementing right now.
Thank you for mentioning that, because it is really important for Boulder County to um, be coherent with our values, and all the objectives that we set up as a county. And so in last year, in 2024, we developed a disparity study to identify whether or not Boulder County was had a playing field, a level playing field for companies, especially minority and women-owned, to submit to have opportunities, contracting opportunities with us. So one of the main findings is only 10% of those of the contract that could have gone to minority and women-owned businesses went. And when you take a look at the availability of the companies, that are minority and women-owned, the right percentage should have been 26, which if you translate that to dollars, it is $81 million that could have gone to those businesses. So it is important to continue, implementing initiatives and programs. And that's why the county this year adopted or updated the procurement policy. And we included three main changes. One is to create or develop contract participation goals for construction projects. We are now implementing only for construction projects. Maybe in the future, in a couple of years, we might be able to extend that to professional services. Right now, it's only for construction, but on a certain construction projects, we set a percentage of the project that needs to be done by minority and women-owned businesses who are certified by the City and County of Denver. And that means any prime contractor who wants to submit a bid, it has to present a plan of how he's going to, give that work to minority and women-owned. One of our last contracts that we just posted is 8%, but the percentage is changing, depends on the scope of the project. it's just really important to see that this is a really great opportunity for small businesses in construction to be part of those, huge contracts and maybe increase their capacity to be in the future a prime contractor. The second one is an update to our internal procurement procedures, which require our departments to take a look at the directory of the city and county of Denver to search for vendors. So for projects, for example, for contracts between 10,000 and 100,000, they are required to go and take a look at the database of all the businesses, minority and women-owned, who are certified by the City and County of Denver, and invite at least one of them, one of three, because for that specific amount you need three quotes. But for that specific contract, invite at least one vendor from that database, and that provides a lot of visibility. And the last one is that we are recognizing the city and county of Denver the certification for minority and women owned. We have an alliance, and we are trying to do all of these outreach efforts to spread the word and so companies who identify as a minority and women owned can have access to this information.
No, I really like that. I like that this procurement process has been updated to benefit the communities we serve. So I really like that. And I know you already talked about the benefits of the certification and the steps to follow, but what do you think are the most important steps that people need to take to make sure they're part of the certification?
I think the first one is to review all the requirements for the NWBE certification with the City and County of Denver. We can provide a link to review if the company, actually meets those requirements. There are specific requirements. I can mention four in this moment, but there are others. So the main four requirements are 51% of the company has to be minority or women owned. When we are talking about minority, we are talking about Hispanic, Latino, Afro Americans, Asians, and Native Americans. That's what is included in the certification requirements for the City and County of Denver. The second one is the size of the company, which has to be a small business, and this is in line with the SBA. So that's another requirement. The third one is there has to be in business for at least 6 months prior to the application. And the last one is the net worth of the company that has to be in line with the small business net worth. So those are the requirements, the main requirements. Anyone who wants to apply for the certification can do it online. The application has a fee, of $200 and an annual fee of $50. So it is important to take a look, if that's a limitation, if that's something that might prevent you from applying. Because if it is, the City and County of Denver also provides scholarships to waive the fee, and it has a team of very responsive people who helps in support and provide info sessions and everything to companies who wants to be certified. So any questions that they might have regarding the certification, you can direct them to me, or and I can direct them. If I cannot solve it, I can direct them to them, which they are the ones who are certifying. And the reason we are recognizing their certifications is because we didn't want to create another certification process for companies. So we know that the City and County of Denver has been doing this for almost 10 years. And we know that they have been, focused and very consistent with their database and with the certification process. And we know that they have a team, of many people ready to support the companies, small businesses. And that's why we recognize, that certification process. And anyone who wants to go through the certification process, it's important to know for them to know that you're not only increasing your visibility with Boulder County, but also with the City and County of Denver and many other agencies who also recognize that specific certification, with the Denver Airport, with the Department of Transportation. I'm pretty sure many other counties will follow later. And so it is important, especially in this environment.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that because yeah, it's a hustle to be a business owner already. So adding another certification would have been even harder for some businesses. But it's great that it's in alignment with City and County of Denver, so other people or other agencies can recognize it as well. So thank you for doing that, Karina. And something that I wanna just briefly touch base with you on, and I know we're going to put, like I said before, the links to any or all of the information that you have provided us. But where can businesses find contracting opportunities specifically with Boulder County?
The good thing is everything is with our procurement system, Bonfire, Una. So once you have an account, you are able to access the portal where we post, all the opportunities. It is also important that you're not only able to see the active opportunities, but also past contract opportunities. So if right now you're not able to see something that is in line with the services that you provide, you can go to past opportunities, do a search, for a specific service or a specific, contract opportunity, and you will find what we have hired in the past, what we have, contracted in the past, to see, requirements and all of the specific information, the details that you would like to know, to be prepared and not to wait until there is one. So you can just gather the information and you're preparing, even like a template for proposals. So you're ready once there is an opportunity to submit either a quote, a proposal, or an invitation to bid. I just want to quickly mention below $10,000, we use what is called an informal procurement, which is the county departments only need 3 quotes from different vendors in order to select the vendor and award the contract. And above $100,000, it is a competitive bid, and it is anyone can submit a bid. But we are updating at this as we speak our system, our procurement system, hoping that next year is going to be ready, a new module, and all the opportunities below 10,000 will also be posted, will be public in our system, and anyone also can submit a quote, even if it is below 10,000.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Karina. And please let us know when it's ready so we can promote it in our communication channels. My last question for you today is, and you've been giving us advice left and right. It's been amazing to learn about how you're doing things, how the county is keeping this inclusivity and diverse pool of contractors in their system. So I want to make sure that we're not missing any of the advice that you can provide us with. So what practical advice can you give to businesses looking to increase their contract opportunities with the county?
I think the first one is to have that account, ready. To don't lose time, just create an account, select all the commodity codes that your company, of the services that your company provide. Don't leave anyone that you think, oh, I might not, this might not work. Just include all of them, because this will give you access to future opportunities that are in line with that specific code. I think the other one is just attend all the networking events, pre-bid meetings for those competitive process, and be ready to network with the departments, the county departments, with us. You can also use one of our channels, which is an email address that we can share, in this video. It's where you can introduce your company, present all the past experience, the performance that the company has, any main clients, or many any specific contract that you want to highlight that you performed in the past. All of that information you can rely on that email, and we are going to share the email with the right department, with the relevant department, so you can do also network with them. And yeah, you can also schedule a meeting with me. You can book a 15-30 minutes e-meeting, so we can go over, this information and other questions that the companies might have.
Perfect, Karina. Thank you so much. And friends of the chamber, remember your business has to be in compliance with all the local, regional, state, and federal regulations in order to participate in these procurement processes. And if you're not sure if you're 100% in compliance, reach out to the Latino Chamber. We have technical assistance and free consulting for businesses that want to learn if they have everything in place to start contracting with government entities, as the Latino Chamber is presenting right now with Boulder County, and potentially other municipalities that might start taking the certification that City and County of Denver are providing, and that is being accepted now with Boulder County, and might bring you opportunities for the future. So Karina, thank you so much for bringing this information to our audience. And we're gonna set up this video on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, so everyone can access it. And let us know if you have any questions. If you want to connect with Karina, feel free to reach out to the Latino Chamber or go directly to her in the description of this video where her information is going to be displayed. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you.